President's State of the Union, the stimulus package, and FISA reform are the three big issues this week in Washington. Conservatives want the president to talk about the progress in the war in Iraq as a result of the surge, promote permanent extension of his tax cuts, and promote free trade agreements in his State of the Union address. The president will give his final State of the Union speech this week and will talk about the increased security in Iraq as a result of General Petraeus' surge. Also, elimination of the death tax and pending free trade agreements with Colombia, Panama, and South Korea are initiatives that President Bush needs to get completed before he leaves office in early 2009. The Heritage Foundation will be live blogging the President's State of the Union on the FOUNDRY blog on the Heritage Foundation website. Conservatives want the $150 billion stimulus package not to stimulate bad ideas, not to contain earmarks, and to promote long-term growth. Congressman Ernest Istook of the Heritage Foundation argues in an editorial posted on the Heritage Foundation website that the energy bill signed into law last month will make food, cars, gasoline, and even light bulbs more expensive. According to a study funded by the Small Business Administration, regulations cost businesses over $1 trillion every year. We need a stimulus package that rids the federal government of the authority to regulate businesses into a depression and does not expand the size and scope of the federal government with earmarks. Conservatives want the president to retain clear and permanent Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act authority, known as FISA. Alt, Gaziano, and Walsh of the Heritage Foundation argue in a web memo that Congress should make the Protect America Act permanent and enhance its provisions to provide retroactive and permanent liability protection to American businesses that cooperated with reasonable intelligence requests. To do otherwise looks like political gamesmanship, and the stakes are too high to play games with national security. The Senate is on the verge of passing legislation to extend the Protect America Act, passed 6 months ago. This intelligence surveillance authority is set to expire on February 1st and allows the intelligence services to conduct surveillance of communications between persons located outside the United States when these communications happen to pass through domestic networks. Without this fix, approving such intercepts of solely international communications would become an even lengthier and more onerous process, one never intended by the Congress that passed the FISA Act, to the great detriment of national security. That's This Week in Washington. I'll see you next week. For more information, log on to heritage.org and stay tuned next week for more news from the Hill.